Well, hello guys. This is the Betamax man and the Betamax kitty. Now, we done two things to the power supply, and that is that we changed the voltage regulator IC. So this regulator was bad. If you remember, I tested my 12 volt and tested my 6 volts, but I had my 9 volts was missing. So I found a used one that I had and replaced it. So this is the bad one. This is going to go in the garbage. And also this is going to go in the garbage because this capacitor tested bad as well. So I changed it. This is where, as you can see, this is the replacement. This is a used cap that we changed. So I changed that. And yes, it's an Elna. I know what you guys are gonna say. Why would you replace a cap with an Elna? They have so many problems. Yes, I know, but that's all I had. This is a 16 volt, but it's gotta have 2200 microfarad. It's a 2200 microfarad capacitor. And that's all I had. I didn't have a new one. I didn't have a different brand. I was looking at my capacitors and that's all I could find was the Elna cap. So I had to put that in. Now, with that being said, I have ordered a new cap. It's coming in the mail. And yes, I will be changing that capacitor. Okay? So, when my new one gets here, we'll change the Elna. I'll take the Elna out, back out, and we'll put the new one in. But for right now, that's all I have, and that has to stay for right now in the power supply. As you can see, we still have our clock display, but you guys remember, do you remember how dim our power light was? And now, look at it. See how bright it is? Look what else we got lit up. Beta HiFi light is now lit up. So now we have our Beta HiFi light is now on. Also, that this was a hard thing for me to diagnose, and I actually had to go back to the video because this was a challenge. But I remember that I was seeing myself checking the 6 volts and the 12 volts, but I didn't check for the 9 volts, and I thought, okay, I'll check the 9 volt. Sure enough, we were missing 9 volts. So I don't know why I didn't check that before, but for whatever reason I didn't. But we got this thing, done just in time for Christmas. So it actually is it's Christmas Day, so we can see that we do now have everything lighting up, so that's good. I'm still kicking myself because why didn't I check that? I don't know why. And then this was bad too, so this could have been one of the problems as well. So, but we're gonna chuck this and that. They're gonna go in the garbage now. So, let's just get a cassette and let's see. Let's just see if we've got anything. So let's try this tape. Okay, it's coming in. Tape went in. Let's hit play. Oh, that sounds horrible. That's horrible. Well, we got the electronics fixed. I think. We won't know until we get a video signal, but we got... You remember that I was telling you that we're going to have mechanical problems? You remember me saying that? You want to know why I said that? Because I know that it was going to have bad belts and bad tires. In this case, the belts are actually still working. The belts are still functional, which surprises the hell out of me. What I need to do is take the plate, this top plate off, so that we can get access to the idler assembly. And I have a suspicion that that idler belt is probably broke. Let's just see if we can take a look here. See if the... I can't really tell if that belt's broken, but it sure looks like it. So let's just see what's going on with the idler. And this is good because at least we got the electronics working on it. Also, here's another thing that happened to me. The connector for the power supply, if you remember, I don't know if you guys caught this, but in the video you'll notice that, wait a minute, this is different. This looks different. Yeah, it is different. The plug actually broke. The plastic was so brittle, the power connector broke. So I had to solder the wires manually. I just got rid of the connector and hardwired this is hardwired in. So this actually goes to the video board here, so that powers up gives power to the video board. So that is also changed, if you guys probably haven't noticed that already. Now let's get this off so we can take a look. So this is actually a cool, this is a wonderful Christmas. Hey, I got it. I actually got this thing starting to get some function out of it. So we've got the lid off now. So let's see what's going on inside. I think I might take a quick little break from this machine because I've been working on this thing a lot, and it's Christmas Day, so I really need to kind of put this away and come back at a later date and because I really kind of want to, you know, it's Christmas and I don't want to spend my whole time, you know, working on this. So I think I'll take a break, but let's just take a look quick at what's going on here. So, oh, you can see that the belt, look at the belts. Here, let me get my light. You see the belt? See how that belt's broken? And look at the cracked idler tire. Look at that. So, okay, well, we know what we gotta do. So I'm gonna get, I'll do this video a little bit later. Like I said, it's Christmas Day, and I don't want to spend the whole morning, you know, or afternoon now. You know, I don't want to spend the whole freaking day working on this thing, you know. So my family's kind of wanting me to come out and join them. So I think we'll work on this a little bit later. Okay, I got the top off, so let's just see if we can find out what's going on here and see why this thing's not working. So let's take a look here at the idler here. Whoa, look at that. Hey, I see the problem already. That belt's broken. There's a broken belt. And the idler tires are cracked. Look at that. I don't know if it's showing up on camera, but you can see the cracks in the tire on the top, and the belt's broken. See, if I take my finger here and move this, you can see that the belt must have just broke, because look, that's the broken belt. See that? It's completely broken. It's probably turned into a goo too, I don't know, so we'll see. So we just need to take this idler assembly out, and we need to get, I think I might have some belts and some tires left. I don't know if I do or not. I think I do have some parts, but let's get this, we gotta get this, there's this as a little E-clip. So we gotta take the E-clip off in order to get the idler assembly out, okay? So we need to take that out, and then we can get some new tires and a new belt for the idler assembly. So, because I think I have some. So we got the E-clip off. So the best way to take an E-clip off, get yourself a set of dental picks. Now this particular pick has a curved angle. The tip is curved, and that's what we need, because you want to get it in the hole, in the hole, because there's like a little hole in the clip that you can put this into and just pull back on it, and that clip will pop right off. It's very simple. So let's get our assembly out. Okay, so there are some spacers. These little washers are actually spacers here. So let's get the spacers moved before, because I don't want to lose the spacers. But you can see the belt is laying in there broken, and it looks like it's turned into goo somewhat. So we're going to need to clean the pulley too. So well, let's get this taken apart. I'm going to put the, I need to take the little spacers. As you can see, that you can see the cracks. All these cracks That's what happens to these machines typically. Usually you don't have electrical issues like we did with this one. And this one was definitely a pain in the ass, and it was a challenge. We're gonna take this belt. We'll just pull this belt out of here. I'm just gonna clip onto the belt here. Oh, it's very hard. There's the belt, or what's left of it. Yeah, it's actually not even worn. Usually these belts are usually shaped. They have a shape around the pulley when it's around the pulley. What this tells me is that this VCR probably wasn't used a whole lot, because or it was replaced at one time, and basically it was sitting for so long. And yeah, there's black on my finger, so let's just throw that away before I get black on my, hand. But let's get this pulley out. There's gonna have to be some cleaning that I'm gonna have to do. Now there should be spacers on that as well. Alright. Okay. Alright, there's going to be a spacer on here as well. Well, this tire is cracked as well. You see the cracks in it. See that? So we just got to put new tires on and a new belt, and that will restore the drive mechanism. But I think that this VCR was been in storage for a long time. Those belts are usually have a shape to them, and the fact that the belt was still in a circular shape tells me that this thing either had hardly any use and then was put in storage, or the belts were changed and it was put in storage and the belts went bad just basically because they just dried up. And it just, yeah, so that tells me that this machine was probably used a little bit. I don't think that this machine's going to have a lot of hours on it. And if we look at the display, look how bright that display is. You see how bright that display is? That's another indicator that this is probably a low-end, low-hours machine. So I don't think that this has got a whole lot of use on it. I actually think that this machine is probably going to be a little bit more valuable, simply because it just doesn't have very many hours. So, okay, so we'll get that changed. So what you want to do with these is just take a dental pick and get behind the tire, and you can just pull the tire off, and that's how I do it. Let's get those into place, and then this thing should at least be able to be tested for playback. One more thing I wanted to mention. You notice that This thing looks like it wasn't used much, like the belt was just basically not being used much. Okay, here's my theory. I think this machine had a very severe power surge. That because it did a lot of damage, the capacitors were bad, the voltage regulator was bad, and the transformer was bad. The transformer went out on it. I think this thing had such a huge power surge that it done a lot of damage. And because this thing was no longer powering on or powering up whatsoever, I think somebody might have put it in storage intending on getting it repaired at a repair shop. Maybe they took it in, maybe they just put it in storage after it broke, or maybe they took it to a repair shop, didn't want to pay the money to repair it, and put it in storage somewhere and forgot about it. That's my theory. That's what I'm thinking that might have happened with this machine. I just have a feeling that that's what was going on. So I think I'm going to end part 2 because I don't want this video to be too long. So this will be the end of part 2, and we will pick back up in part 3. We'll pick back up, okay? So part 3 will change out the tires and the belts and clean the pulleys. And then we'll change out the other 2 belts, which is going to be the loading belt for the threading at the tape, and then the cassette housing belt that we're going to change. So I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye. And oh yeah, before I go, have a Merry Christmas. It is Christmas, so Merry Christmas and have a Happy New Year. And but I think part 3 we'll just pick it up tomorrow or something. So anyway, see you guys later. Bye bye.